At the heart of his commitment, the establishment of a guaranteed universal income of 150,000 francs CFA per month, aimed at the most vulnerable populations and funded by the state. A measure that Alain-Claude Bilie-By-Nze, the presidential candidate, presents as a response to the growing poverty and the need to restore the dignity of Gabonese citizens.
En choisissant ce programme révolutionnaire,
by choosing this revolutionary program, we specifically target those in need while respecting active workers. We are redefining what it means to be United Nations based on solidarity. The Solidarity Fund and the guaranteed universal income of 150,000 francs CFA will enable every Gabonese, whatever their situation, to live with dignity and participate fully in the prosperity of our country. In this way, every Gabonese man and woman will be able to truly benefit from their country's wealth.
Alain-Claude Bilie-By-Nze also condemned the close ties between the current regime and the former ruling party, the Gabonese Democratic Party, which he accuses of wanting to perpetuate a system criticized by a large segment of the population.
Aujourd'hui, chacun peut constater.
Today we can all see that the CTRI, which claimed to have come here to change things, to oust the PDG, has rehabilitated the PDG in its oldest, most traditional expression, and the one least accepted by Gabonese men and women.
Accepté par les Gabonaises et les Gabonais.
In his vision for a social and economic overhaul, Alain-Claude Bilie-By-Nze promises the organization of social conferences to increase salaries and initiate the creation of a Gabonese Solidarity Fund, a mechanism aimed at supporting the most vulnerable workers and citizens.
Alain-Claude is the candidate I'm supporting because I trust him. I trust his program, and I think he's someone who's ready. He's ready to take on this role.
President Alain-Claude Bilie-By-Nze is the man who can raise the standard of living of the Gabonese people through his political experience and the position he has held in various governments.
Lors de son passage dans les différents gouvernements.
On the institutional front, he affirms his intention to abolish certain institutions deemed obsolete, including the Senate and the Economic and Social Council, in order to streamline public spending and ensure more effective governance. March 30, 2025, the candidate launched his electoral campaign with a symbolic double ceremony. First, an Eucharistic celebration brought together the faithful around a message of hope and renewal, followed by a large public rally in the heart of the Bellevue 2 neighborhood in the 3rd district of Libreville. Before a large crowd, Yvonne Thierry Michel Ngoma presented his societal project, which aims for Gabon's true independence. This project also aims to take Gabon out of the CFA fund system and repatriate Gabon's reserves to build a country.
We cannot do anything without thanking our predecessor, those who brought us into the world, those who enabled us to stand on our own feet. This Thanksgiving ceremony that I have addressed to their memory is to remind us of where we come from and who we are. On the same occasion, we believe that nothing can be built in a country if we do not think of those who first shaped it.
In the streets of the capital, one concern dominates daily life. The cost of living, youth unemployment, and access to health care are just a few of the challenges awaiting the future head of state. With nearly 40% of those under 30 unemployed, the revival of the economy and the modernization of vocational training are more important than ever.
I am simply the person who will embody real change, change from austerity, change from the contempt, change from the neglected, for the compatriots who are neither listened to nor taken into consideration. I am the spokesperson, who embodies a new awareness.
La base d'une prise de conscience dont j'incarne aujourd'hui.
I expect the president simply to remember young people, to remember roads, and also to remember housing because the people of Gabon really need it. Gabonese people should now be able to have the minimum. The minimum for the Gabonese is schools and universities for their children. The minimum for the Gabonese is also water and electricity.
On April 12th, Gabonese citizens will choose their future, a crucial election that will determine not only the next president, but also the country's trajectory for the years to come. Between hope and uncertainty, one thing is certain: the people are determined to make their voice heard. In the bid to put an end to unemployment in Gabon, the government is holding a series of national conferences on employment. On March 14, 2025, the conclusion of the first national conference on employment highlighted the many challenges undermining the sector, including job insecurity and difficulties in integrating youth graduates. In this campaign period for the presidential election, April 12, 2025, the 8 candidates are aiming to address the issue in order to turn the unemployment curve around. Unemployment affects all categories of people, men and women alike, and now more than half of these people are young people. So today the hot potato, if I can put it that way, the big issue is youth. We have this old saying here that youth is sacred, youth is the future. Unemployment, estimated at 20.3% in 2023, reflects the structural constraints of the Gabonese economy. Unemployment among young people estimated at 30% according to official figures, and particularly among young women, 29%, is much higher than for the population as a whole. Because of the low efficiency of the education system, the skills of young graduates very often do not meet the requirements of the labor market, according to some experts.
Et lorsqu'on parle d'emploi, on parle.
And when we talk about employment, we are talking about purchasing power. So it's our duty here to find solutions to efficiently resolve this problem linked to the purchasing power of Gabonese citizens.
Lié au pouvoir d'achat des citoyens gabonais.
With a population of around 2.4 million, the Central African country intends to review the employment policy in order to combat unemployment. The conference provided an opportunity to take stock of the employment market and identify the sectors that are recruiting in order to gain a better understanding of the specific needs of businesses. With an estimated population of 101,000 according to the 2013 census, the province of Ngounié, located in the south of Gabon, possesses a number of natural resources that are of great importance to the country's economy. With a surface area of 3,775 square kilometers, some experts believe that the exploitation of its natural resources does not contribute sufficiently to the province's development.
La province de Ngounié dispose d'un potentiel.
Ngounié province has extraordinary economic potential. For example, there is a border with Congo with an encouraged trade. There are many tourist sites that can be developed. There is a large hydroelectric network that can be used to produce energy.
Qui peut favoriser la production de l'énergie.
Ngounié, like many other Gabonese provinces, is rich in natural resources, particularly timber, water and farmland, which are key drivers of economic development. Ngounié is also crossed by several rivers, which are used to generate hydroelectricity. These water resources offer the potential for energy production as part of the Central African country's energy projects.
Le chômage des jeunes, lui, reste très élevé dans cette province.
Youth unemployment remains very high in this province. The solutions recommended, which were valid in the industrial age, are simply no longer adapted to the information age, which requires us to adopt a network approach that includes the internet.
Qui intègre Internet.
Although the exploitation of Ngounié's province's natural resources has the potential to contribute to the region's development, this largely depends on how these resources are managed and the policies put in place to ensure that the benefits accrue to local people. It is essential to implement redistribution mechanisms, ensure environmental sustainability, and diversify the economy for truly inclusive development.